Hello, I'm Ayşegül Ersin from LP8, and I want to talk about my final project. My topic is communication, and I made some interviews, surveys, and research about it. First of all, I choose this topic because I think communication is a very important thing in our lives, and it's has changed. It has got really changed over the time. Um, First of all, I want to summarize my interviews. I interviewed 5 person for each group. The groups are teenagers, adults, and elders. Uh, Teenagers usually use texting for communication and emailing, and social networks are very important. And they use them because they are really popular nowadays. And they use them because social networks and texting are really easy and quick. But some of them thinks the texting and social networks kills the real communication, the face-to-face communication. But some of them prefers to have face-to-face conversations with their friends. And about adults, adults say that they used to write letters a lot. For example, you come back from school to your home, and the first thing you do is write a letter to your friend, like Facebook. We come home from school, and the first thing we do is check our Facebook accounts. And but adults usually use phone, calling someone with phone. Actually, calling someone with phone is really popular for all those 3 groups. About elders prefers to have face-to-face communication. So we can see that the communication got more visual, not yes, more visual by technology. Now we don't have face-to-face conversations. We prefer to text someone. So most of the people says that face-to-face conversations are really important because we have eye connection, and we can understand the feelings, the emotions, and we can see all the gestures. But in texting, we can't use them, or emailing. So I think the little emotional faces are really important for communication. That's the only way we can show our emotions while we are texting. And about the surveys, surveys are mostly the same with the interviews, but making surveys to elders was a little bit hard because the surveys are on the internet, but the elders don't use internet so very much. And I did it with hand. And there are some elders who uses Facebook. Really, I was very surprised. I remember the lady very clearly. She said that she has two Facebook accounts, and she spends her time at least 4 or 5 hours per day on the internet. I was really surprised, but the most of the elders use calling their friends with phones and have face-to-face conversations. And I made some research about my topic about communication. I found an article, and the article says the article is similar with my research, my interviews and surveys, but the article says that the teenagers nowadays don't use face-to-face conversations at all. According to my search, it is not true. A face-to-face conversation is still almost, it's like a popular way, because most of the people thinks that it is important. But the article and my research are similar, very similar. So we can say that the communication is very technological. In these days, letters are forgotten. Now people have emails and texting and social networks. We can there are some minuses and pluses about it. Texting and using social networks are really easy and quick. You don't have to write a whole letter and send it and go to PTT and send it to another way. It takes very much time, but email is very easy and texting is very easy because people now have a lot of smartphones, and just phones are enough to text. But the minuses are you don't have eye connection. It is a really important thing. It is the main reason for face-to-face communication, almost the main reason. And the gestures, and you don't understand the voice tone, the emotion, and it's a really important thing for communication to tell our emotions, to show our emotions to somebody. And people usually think that we are going to have holographs in the future, like 100 years later from these days. To summarize, actually I had summarized. I talked about how communication has changed over the time, and the pluses and the minuses. And